The Shelby GT350 is one of the most legendary muscle cars ever built, a symbol of power, speed, and American automotive engineering. Born from the collaboration between Carroll Shelby and Ford, the GT350 first appeared in 1965 as a high-performance version of the Ford Mustang, setting new standards for muscle cars and track-ready street machines. This car wasn't just another Mustang. It was a race-inspired machine built to dominate the road and the track alike. With aggressive styling, a powerful engine, and a performance-tuned suspension that made it a true driver's car. At the heart of the original 1965 Shelby GT350 was a modified 289 cubic inch 4.7L V8 engine, tuned to produce 306 horsepower. While that may not seem like a massive number by today's standards, the car was significantly lighter than many of its competitors, and its well-balanced chassis made it an exceptional performer. Unlike a standard Mustang, the GT350 featured improved suspension, larger brakes, and a close-ratio 4-speed manual transmission, ensuring that every ounce of power was effectively used. Carroll Shelby's vision was to create a Mustang that could compete with European sports cars, and in that mission, he succeeded spectacularly. One of the most recognizable aspects of the GT350 was its design. The early models came exclusively in Wimbledon white with Guardsman blue racing stripes, a color scheme that became iconic. The functional hood scoop, side vents, and lightweight aluminum parts gave the car an aggressive and purposeful look. The interior was stripped down for performance, with racing-style seatbelts, a dash-mounted tachometer, and minimal luxuries to keep the focus on driving. The 1966 GT350 saw some refinements, including the addition of more color options and an automatic transmission for buyers who wanted performance without the hassle of a manual gearbox. It was also the year that Shelby introduced the GT350H, a special version built for Hertz's Rent-A-Racer program, allowing customers to experience high-performance driving for a weekend. These black and gold GT350H models have since become some of the most collectible Shelbys ever built. By 1967, the GT350 received its first major redesign. Ford had updated the Mustang's body, making it slightly larger and more aggressive, and Shelby took full advantage of the changes. The 67 GT350 featured a revised front end with a more pronounced grille, integrated fog lights, and a sculpted hood. Under the hood, the 289 V8 remained, but it was now accompanied by the GT500, which featured a monstrous 428 cubic inch Police Interceptor V8. This was the year Shelby Mustangs truly cemented their legacy as some of the most powerful muscle cars on the road. The GT350 continued to evolve in 1968 and 1969, with more styling changes, upgraded interiors, and increasingly powerful engines. However, as Ford took more control over the production process, the Shelby Mustangs started to drift away from their original racing roots and became more luxurious grand tourers. By 1970, production had come to an end, marking the end of the first era of Shelby Mustangs. Despite its relatively short production run, the GT350's impact was undeniable. It had proven that American muscle cars could handle corners just as well as they could dominate in a straight line. The GT350 became a favorite among racers, weekend enthusiasts, and collectors alike. Decades later, the Shelby GT350 name made a triumphant return. In 2016, Ford revived the GT350 badge for a new generation of performance enthusiasts. This modern GT350 featured a naturally aspirated 5.2L V8, known as the Voodoo engine, which produced 526 horsepower and was capable of revving up to an astonishing 8,250 RPM. This made it one of the highest revving American V8s ever built. Equipped with advanced aerodynamics, magnetic suspension, and a Tremex 6-speed manual transmission, the modern GT350 was a true track weapon, staying true to Carroll Shelby's original vision. The revival of the GT350 proved that the spirit of the original car was still alive and well. It combined raw power with precision handling, making it a favorite among purists who wanted an American muscle car with the soul of a European sports car. The GT350R, a more hardcore version, took things even further by shedding weight, removing rear seats, and enhancing aerodynamics with a massive rear wing. Though production of the modern GT350 ended in 2020, its legacy remains as strong as ever. Enthusiasts still regard it as one of the best Mustangs ever built, and the value of classic GT350 models continues to rise in the collector market. The original 1965-1970 models are among the most sought-after muscle cars, often fetching six-figure prices at auctions. Carroll Shelby's vision of a high-performance Mustang lives on in every Shelby-badged car Ford produces today. The GT350 was not just another Mustang. It was a statement of what a true driver's car should be. From its early days as a TR